Hello and welcome to all you Leos. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for April 2015. Another very busy month, and I made a separate video of the lunar eclipse, which is going to be in Libra, which goes very well with Leo energy. And I made a separate video about the lunar eclipse, so you can check that out below this link here, below the video. Because otherwise this video is going to be too long. Now, but the lunar eclipse, I'm going to talk about it a little while, and then I'm going to talk about Venus, because that's also doing something very important during this month. Now, the lunar eclipse is of course important for you as a Leo, because your ruler is involved, which is the sun, and the sun will be in Aries, in a fellow fire sign. And the moon will be in Libra. So it's on your intellectual houses, you could say, that it is triggering. The 3rd house and the 9th house are houses of thinking, of communicating, or networking, and so on. And a lunar eclipse is always there to give people clarity in general. And sometimes clarity is easy to deal with, and sometimes it's difficult to deal with. It depends on the context and the situation of the person. But whatever it is, this lunar eclipse is very, it's a bit a restless one, because Uranus is involved. It's next to the sun. But the restlessness comes from the fact that if there is an item in your life that you have been feeling stuck, and you have been feeling that you have no liberty at all anymore, then you probably will cut the cords. And for you it will probably have to do with those houses. It's always 2 houses that are triggered with lunar eclipses, and for you this is especially the 3rd house. It could be siblings, it could be your environment, short trips, it could be communication, learning, communicating, network, internet, and so on. There are great shifts there. There's possibility for 180 degrees of a turning around, a U-turn, making a U-turn. Now, what I like very much about this eclipse is that Psyche is involved here. And it's an asteroid. I don't always look at it, but when it's in a conjunction, and especially with the lunar eclipse, it's significant, I think. And Psyche is the planet of the asteroid of the soul and the spirit. And it's next to, guess what? It's next to the sun, which is also representing the soul and the spirit. So it's a double whammy here, that people are really connecting with their own souls. And especially you Leos, because this connection happens in the 9th house, which is the house of spirit, which is the house of the divine, of God, if you like. And if you don't believe in God, the universe, that, you know, that part, that entity, if you like, that carries you, you know, you are not the universe, you are part of it. And the understanding and the knowing of where you're heading at can be very strong for you Leos now during that eclipse. And you are represented by the sun, so this is very important for you, your path and your identity and what you are all about. So this is a positive, that people will dig very deep in order for them to know what is right or wrong for them. And so will you. And if you do have a connection with the divine, do so and ask for that connection, because you will get some clues there. You will get some answers there. So revelations when it comes to communication, when it comes to understanding, maybe by just reading a book. It can be so simple, this eclipse. You read a book and something shifts your whole entire viewpoint. And therefore, don't forget, you could say the 3rd house and the 9th house are not important, but they do have a knock-on effect on other houses. So you start doing things differently, because the way you think it has changed. So it's there that the changes are very drastic, or could be drastic. Also with siblings, maybe there is a disconnection there, or maybe there is a new kind of way that you interact with your siblings. So this moon here in Libra, together with Uranus in an opposition, makes people able to disconnect, to and of course that may sound not very positive, but sometimes it is needed, that we need to disconnect ourselves to people, to situations, to way of thinking, which will be, you know, which is a bit the general thing here with you, and that can be very interesting for you as well. So another thing that is going on is Venus. Venus is in Gemini, which is an air sign, and which goes very well with Leo as well. And it will be in Gemini as from the 12th of April. Now, it's in your 11th house, which is very nice. It's very social. I think, again, for most Leos, it will be a very social month. So with a lot of possibilities to meet other people, to connect with other people, to meet like-minded people, maybe fall in love with a friend, because that's Venus in the 11th house. So if you are single and you want to date, or you want to connect with other people, maybe through a friend you meet someone else, and you meet someone who you will like. Whatever it is, when it comes to friends and aspirations, there is a little warning of being very realistic, but not too realistic, and to have faith, but not to dream too much. And this is why, this is because Venus will bump into the Saturn-Neptune square, and the Saturn-Neptune square is all about reality versus dream. So it depends on your context. If you are a bit of a dreamer, you need to be more realistic when it comes to those friends and when it comes to your aspirations. When you are too realistic and you're forcing things, so you're forcing maybe a relationship, you're forcing maybe a new objective that you have, and you want to plan things ahead in the future. If you force too much, you need to let go a little bit. So it depends on your temperament, what advice you need to take. But there is some tension between forcing things and between letting go of things. So it can be a bit of a struggle there, frustration there, especially when it comes to what you like, because Venus is about what you like. And in the 11th house, it's about what you want for the future. So if you are planning things for the future, do so, but don't go too far. And if you are dreaming too much, get real, make some plans that are solid, and so you can make them true in the future. So that's it for you Leos. Again, if you want to know more about the eclipse, check out the other video. Thank you very much for your attention and your time. And I'll see you again next month. Bye bye.